My name is Felicia Johnson. I was born in Poland in 1925 from a rich Jewish family. My dad was Shaniqua Johnson, and my mom was Tyrone Johnson. My mom died from Ebola before the war started.
Mama. Mom.
Son, I don't think I can do this no more.
Don't say that, Mom.
When I was 3rd grade, I got #1 for bottle flip.
Well,
I never told you, but you see this right here?
Mom, you never told me that.
It's the medal I got.
Mom.
I want you to carry the whole legacy. I want you to carry it.
Mom.
And for the last thing of my life, I'm gonna do the last bottle.
At that point, I thought nothing could get worse. But the Holocaust started. The Holocaust was a genocide that started before World War II in 1933 by Adolf Hitler's Nazis that included millions of Jews' deaths. The Holocaust spread to Poland on the second year, forcing us to flee to Ukraine, where we hid in an abandoned house. There, we thought we were safe, but 3 months in, they found us.
Yo! We the Nazis! The Asian Nazis! We gonna bring you in, son. Zap this
No, Tom!
I'm back to school. Come on, let's get him. Let's get him.
And locked us up in a concentration camp. There, my parents died in a gas chamber because they were too weak. I thought I was gonna die too, but I was lucky enough to see the day when the Holocaust ended. It was 1945 and I was 20. I thought my life would be better, but the situation wasn't good. I had nowhere to go, no money, and no purpose of life. That's where my journey as a refugee began. I walked through Hungary along with 2,000 other refugees. It was usually endless miles of flat grasslands. Water and food were short, so we had to drink our own urine. By the time we reached the other side of Hungary, ready to enter Austria, only a quarter of us made it. Austria was nice enough to take us in, but the government wasn't going to provide me with food and shelter forever. I had to get a job. Unemployment rate in Austria was high. I wasn't able to find a stable job, but one day, a news headline caught my eye. It read, "Palestine's employment rate is high as ever."
Oh,
I desperately wanted a job. I began my quest to Palestine. After 3 years of wandering, staying, and a lot of walking, I ended up at my destination, Palestine. When the Havre Transfer Agreement was signed by German and Jewish authorities in Palestine, it allowed over 60,000 Jews to enter Palestine safely. I was one of the 60,000 people. But after a while, unfortunately, the British White Paper was signed, preventing further Jewish immigration to Palestine. My job was to create cement, the biggest major export Palestine had at that time. After a few years in the cement industry, I had enough money to fly to Shanghai.
I'ma finish you before I finish the Dutch. I get high like the birds in the
After 12 years of a life living as a refugee, my tiring life as a refugee ended. I was free. But after a while in Shanghai, I discovered I was gay. I found a man, we settled down, and had a child named Kendrick Lamar.
Now I'm not here just to tell you guys my life story. I'm here to remind you guys that there are kids in Africa right now going through the same exact thing I went through 60 years ago. 60 years ago, I was fighting for survival. I was clinging to every piece of hope, every last piece of hope, walking miles, hundreds of miles, thousands of miles, just for shelter. These things are happening everywhere right now. In Africa, the Middle East, Israel, everywhere. I'm here to tell you guys that each and every one of y'all have the power in your hand to change this issue. You guys got the power to turn this issue at hand and make a change, to come together and make a change. And to my brothers out there, stay safe.